Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Sorry for the delay, but let me set this up real quick. All right. Now, let's see. Tonight we'll just be talking about a few plants and everything, and yeah, um, been messing around with a few things with getting a couple plants out there in the garden, and tomorrow I'll be pulling a few more plants out. Let's see. What I'm going to do here tonight, I'll just look over a few plants, and yeah. Yeah, well, let's see. Tomorrow, I'll probably be going through some of the nutrients, getting that out of the way, um, and things like that. So, um, but yeah, so, um, let's see. Now, anybody else been keeping up with the way I had my own garden, or anybody that's was chatting with me about it? Yeah, I already took a couple plants out, got two over there, and got one that's been sitting around here that's been in there a while, and it just popped up in the past day or two. So, I mean, which was surprising, it's been sitting there, the seed's been sitting there for quite a while. But, there goes the pineapple plant. And then, there's a Thai pepper plant, so this 4 string bottle. And there's one of the plants I transferred over from Arrow Garden. It was, bought the seeds as CGN 21500, if I'm correct. But, could be wrong. There's a little basil there. And got that plant there. Started to put out some pods. And then a few miscellaneous peppers right here. And yeah, got ornamental back there. And then got the sugar rush. He's actually about to back. There is actually a couple flowers on that one. This one's like across the line. This one right here is a Count Dracula. I mean, it's not the best angle on it, but it's skull kicking. And it's got a couple pods on it. Right there, right there. And this cross line's got some purple flowers on it. So this is the hybrid with. It's actually rather nice if this color variations come out like this. So purple flowered pepper plant. But there's a number of pepper plants that actually do have purple flowers on them, but for this strain, it's actually a little different because it's not normal. The parent plants aren't of that, or normally have that color variation. chat now. Hey, what's up, Zeke, Charles, Happy Pepper, Loki, what's up, Blumberg, what's up, Dave? How y'all doing that? Um, yeah, so I'll just go over a few plants here. I do got a few seeds germinating, but it is what it is on those. Not nothing major or anything major to say about them right now. Just some germinating seeds. But oh, sorry. I was just looking at this. I was just got a little thing germinating, some little seed test germinating in this thing. Doesn't hurt to experiment around when you're trying to germinate some different seeds. So, yeah. Um, there's still a lot of seeds I gotta get to in regards to, um, let's say, I would say, um, I gotta still get a lot of the dry pods that I have. There's a number of seeds for my crosses, or cross variations that I have in mind. And I'm waiting to see how those turn out. I did end up with a number of different phenotypes from one or a particular cross that I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes this year. But all right, moving along here. Yeah. Mm, let's see. Um, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't want to grab my lid. You can't always say for sure that the lid's gonna stay right. Alright. Now, what I should do with this, I should put a covering on this to kind of block this little here so not too much more light gets in here. And then what this plant is, I pulled this from the AeroGarden, and this one's a chocolate scotch bonnet. I figure I'll start one of those, see how plain. And this one's staying a little stocky, short plant, which is not really nice. I mean, I like to see how plants come about in various sizes, shapes, and stages. So, I mean, I can appreciate them nonetheless. Um, let's see. Alright. No, I should not do that. I'll just let it be, let it do what it does. Alright. Alright, yeah, as I said, this was an AeroGarden. I pulled it out, pulled it out of the AeroGarden. And I put it in a container roughly like this, or not quite, they're not the same size, but it's just I got these for fairly cheap for like $1 a piece, and I figure I'll put it in this one here because by the time it gets big enough, I can transfer it out. But I just really want to see how this one goes. I know I probably should try to see about transferring it to another medium, but right now I'll just leave it in here. It's just temporary. Um, and let's see. Alright, guys. Let's see. What's up, Rob Charlotte? All right. Let's see. Uh, there's some of these that just coming up with some interesting shapes, but I mean, uh, just one of the things I'm looking forward to is the um, the little cross that I'm kind of working on to see if it actually took. I'm not fully sure that it did take after pollinating uh, the flower, that one flower, that one. I feel that it may have, but I won't have my more positive, or I won't have all that feedback until I get to harvest the seeds and get those going. But anyway, um, now this little plant here, got it in a sports drink bottle. I actually started it in a smaller sports drink bottle, and the thing I started it in was a AeroGarden neck cup. I didn't start it in the AeroGarden. I actually started, like I was just mentioned, I started in a much smaller um, sports drink bottle, and yeah, it was just an experiment, just toying with. Doesn't hurt to play around and see what kind of results you can get. It's a little experimentation for it, you know. But this was a Cayenne, golden Cayenne actually. Cayenne's very nice strains. I do appreciate them. Ever since I started gardening, I've always had, some of the staples of growing, peppers. Cayenne being one of them. And I've grown golden Cayenne a few years ago, but I didn't really save the seeds from it. Um, I just basically had just grew it and then just, you know, balanced it from there. But so if you look, you can see a couple plots on this plant already. So there's one, there's another. You know, it's got a couple flowers on there, but that's not. I'm not really worried about the flowers too much. I just want to see how well these turn out. So we'll work with me, plant. Hey, 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 hey! Don't fly for space. Got plenty of time for it. Alright. I mean, let's see. Who this plant on here? If this will agree with me. Alright. Now, this plant here. Try to get this in there. Well, I can't get this the whole thing in the frame all like that. But this one is, yeah. Well, this one crossing mine, and it's actually taking on different coloration than I expected. And yeah, so it's a welcome variation. I do appreciate it. I do not mind that. I do not mind it at all. I accept change and variation. When it doesn't, it's just one of them things. So I'm not going to try to go on a major long thing by it. That'd be kind of pointless for me. But it does have a pod right there. So yeah. Uh, purple flowers. And this is not going to be an astronaut. I wasn't intending on it for to be an ultra either. This is just one of the things that was an experiment of mine to see where it go and you see how it turns out. Yeah, because so far that I've grown it, I've been rather happy with how the results I've been getting. Alright. Alright, everybody. What's up, Bunyard Chicken? What's up, Hydroponic Gardening Plus? Alright. Alright, guys. Hydroponic gardening. My life cycle of plants that I tend to try to keep to, for the most part, is roughly at least 12 hours. Sometimes I'll go a little bit over, but I normally try to stick to the 12-hour mark. I find that it's more than enough, and it works just fine. Um, I don't really feel the need to go up to what I've seen some people go up to 18 hours. And, I mean, that's fine. I mean, for if that's what the person prefers. There's some gardeners that do that. That's perfectly okay. But for me, what works better in my situation is I tend to stick to more the 12-hour mark. And like I say, there's times where I do go a little over, but that's not a daily thing. Um, I usually try to stick within the 12 hours. Um, sometimes a little less, sometimes, not all the time. Um, it just keeps it's just the way it goes. It seems to work. It works really well in my case. So, hey Ruby, how you doing? Hey Rocky, how you doing? But hydroponic gardener. I mean, if you think that works and you feel that works for you, yeah, okay, no problem. Um, but I know some, like I said, and I know I've already kind of touched on this a bit, but I've already seen people, they got some different preferences. That's fine. But like I was saying, in my case, 12 on and 12 off usually works. Some, like I said, some days it's gotta go a little over, but it kind of more or less kind of mimics the more or less natural life cycles. Um, it's okay to go a little bit over, but you don't have to. You don't necessarily have to go over the 12-hour mark. Um, But like I said, it just comes down to preference. So if that works better in one the next person over scenario, then okay. But, but for me, no, I got to what I prefer to work with. No, no, I just thought about it. Dang. All right, I'm going to have to do something else about this. That was another thing I'm going to do in regards to lighting and stuff. But it's alright. Alright. Sorry, everybody. Alright. Now, um, yeah. But, oh no. There's, there's a few things going on with that. This over here. Um, so basically, when I'm done with the Arrow Garden for now, well, not done, but I mean with what I'm done with taking those plants out of there, I will need to put in the seed starting system for the Arrow Garden. But in the meantime, I'll figure out a little method where I'm doing with keeping track of what's where. So, um, think I have an idea of that. Well, um, uh, well, I mean, yeah, hopefully that, at least that one plant, hopefully it'll ripen on that plant over there soon. Well, I've got plenty of time for it to ripen in order for it to get ready to be, um, at least have one generation to F1s down by the end of the year. So that'll be awesome. That's what I'm going to have to probably start doing. I could probably, do an initial cross at some points, and then do another, get the, and then do it a certain methods. If I can find the way to do it in the manner I like, then I can actually have a nice method going on. Yeah. Um, Well, I hope everybody's having a lovely weekend, even though over here it's been rainy and kind of dreary most of the day. But I'll take that, and temperature's been in the pluses, and that's a good thing. I'm not going to complain about that at all. So, which I do appreciate that. So, yeah. Mm, all right. Now, well, let's see. There's one, two. Well, I do got plenty enough for them to take those three out and see how they do. Um, Alright. But I just need to set them up. So I know that'd be a bit of a process to do here right now, but I can do that at another point. Um, yeah, several seed trays I can start up. Um, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hopefully this weather starts turning out for the better. Um, but I know it will. It's just a matter of time. The patience is all. It's just unfortunate that the growing season around here isn't that extended. I would have liked to see how my garden would have been if it was a little bit longer of a growing season. But yeah, alright. But okay, see, this container here is roughly twice as big as what that's got that little sky spot in it. Uh, so I'll just I'll be able to put a couple of those in, no doubt. The little seedling you see popping up, I will have to let that one sit in there for a little bit longer. Uh, the two I'm going to pull out is the bigger one in back, and the other golden cayenne I got in there. I should have gotten sped my process up a little faster earlier. Could have gotten both of them out of there, no problem. But I don't know. It is a Saturday now. I was kind of relaxing, and I don't really relax too much. So, yeah. Uh, but for the most part, peoples, I'm looking forward to things to come for this year. Um, there was a couple of crosses that another YouTuber had sent me seeds from. Uh, I was going to grow last year, but I just didn't because I kind of had the seed sitting somewhere, and I had a lot of things moving around, and it kind of got buried under some of the stuff. But yet, I came across them again, which is always nice. So, I'll be able to get someone going this week. So, and then I bought some of these one seeds off eBay, but I mean, there's supposed to be this one type of white bell. They said they, had a thing saying organic or whatever, or it's either something like that. I don't know. I don't remember at the moment, but I'm sure I'll recall it later. And I haven't decided to buy it. It wasn't that much, so I got them. I just haven't tried germinating them yet. Um, it's just something I got in mind for that. Possibly, I don't know what I'm thinking with it, but it's something I'll be willing to try out. And yep, I got some thoughts about it. All right, people. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Um, Another thing is, I got a couple things that I am looking forward to try in regards to doing a cracky style method for outdoor growth. Um, it'll be more, the white bucket's probably not going to be the best option, but I'll have an idea for that. Yeah, I do. Right. Ooh, that was a little tingling itch right there. All right. Um, yeah. Um, there's a number of things I'm going to toy around with when I'm going outside this year, but that's an every year thing. I'm always toying around with something out in the garden. So, now, let me think. Um, this year I will have to do something about this pineapple plant. It's getting crowded in there. Uh, there's at least half a dozen pineapple plants in there right now. So, yeah. Um, that's one of those things I've been having to go. That's going to be an undertaking like crazy to get that moved back and forth. Uh, well, yeah, that's always a thing to be figuring out there. Hydroponic gardening. It's always a different, depending on the area the person lives, and depending on the year as well. Um, so, I mean, I'm sure you know this already, but but yeah, if for it's best for a person to that's oh wait, hold on, let me reword that. If you know your general area and when the overlying time it is where it stays steady in the 60s at night, it can be in the high 50s, low 60s, and at night then at least in the 70s or so on the day, and and once it stays up at least at least what I was saying for the lows for the at night, and then it goes up from there. And if you can gauge and judge that, by all means, you know, then it'll be awesome. You should just go, just yeah, just a number of weeks or so, get some plants within a couple months before you get plants going, or before it gets warm out, you can start getting plants going. It's no problem. No problem. Just know your areas all. So here, around here, it can be iffy. Um, Normally, at times it can be around in early May, sometimes, or it could be before that. So, but like some years, it'll be warmer than in April. And then first week of May hits, boom, frost, boom, frost. Two frosts within that week, and and at that time I would put on the plants and seedlings out at that time. So those plants would have been goners. They would have been poof gone. I would have been struck. So, yeah, I would. It would have been good for me. So, I mean, so yeah, I mean, and then yeah, so I was glad I kind of held off on that. There's some years that I didn't even, wouldn't even get plants. I wouldn't get be able to get plants going, actually going well until in June or so. I mean, and then have plants looking halfway decent by July. I mean, that's been when it has been at some points. I mean, but the plus side about it, it was a little late in the year or it stayed warmer later in the year, so it kind of evened it out. So we pulled off where even if the plants were out there a little later in the year or a little later than average, they stayed warmer later in the year. So plants still actually made it to a term where point you know, I was somewhat satisfied with is that I was able to get a good production off of winters and work with that. And then, but there's times like a number of years ago, which, oh man, I missed that so much. I would, I would, it would be so awesome to be for it to be like that because it pretty much, warmed up in late February, early March, stayed stayed warm. I mean, nicely warm until like November nearly. So that was just awesome. I would take that anytime, anytime. I mean, if I could get that, that'd be awesome. But as just happened, not happen to work like that around here. Um, I mean, what can you do about the Midwestern area? But so that's just the way it goes. Nature's a beast. Um, but just looking for things to do well in regards to that aspect. That'd be just awesome. And yeah, so. But I will have to even things out to make things better. I'm going to have to get an extra light doing this a certain way. Because these plants are taking up a certain space right here. I'm going to have so many seeds going. I'm going to need more light. Yeah. So, to that effect, it'll be another thing altogether. So, yeah. Alright. Um, so, yeah. There is some things I have in mind for this upcoming season. that I'm looking forward to. Um, There's a bell pepper that came off the plant I've had in the cracky style method for quite a while. I know it's not a big bell pepper, but that wasn't exactly the point, the mission for or my overall outlook for that plant. My my outlook for that plant was to get several pods off there that I can get seeds from. Now, I got two of them that I actually had by by for some odd reason I just didn't do anything with. I just kind of let them sit out and air dry, and they dried. So, um, so basically, low hermit hydroponics. So basically, I had got this bell. It's not a big one. But the gist of what I was saying is I wasn't going for the large pepper off that plant. I was just looking for a number of plant or some pods where I can get seeds off to continue the lineage of that plant. And so once I get some of these seeds going in the ground, I'll I'll be able to get these going. I've had the seeds that I grew that plant from. I had sitting around for a number of years, and since then, I've not seen that strain being sold anywhere around. Not unless some other company has that strain and just renamed it. But so I really only had like just a few seeds, just a couple of seeds left of it, and the plant I got this from wasn't one that I was able to get going. I think I might have another seed or two from that packet, but oopsie. But in general, this is called Big Dipper. I mean, it looks like not that big, and they can get rather nice pods. Uh, Very nice flavor for bell pepper. Once it's ripened, it does have like a really nice, sweet fruitiness to it. And it's not a most heavy of the bells, but it'd be a nice little stuffer, very nice flavor. And when I tried the ones that I've got off this plant here, it didn't have any aftertaste to it or bad aftertaste. It was rather nice. So I was just definitely going to be saving all the seeds I can from it. And I will, and I've shared some seeds from this strain because I'd like to kind of keep this going and how else better, what a better, how else is it, is it better to have, share the seeds with with other growers and have them continue on. I mean, so the only people I think I've asked about them is to, keep the name to it and then, keep it going. Because why lose out on a good strain? Because if this is a good strain and other companies stop selling a certain strain, and if it's hard to find, why not keep it going if it's one of those ones that's harder to find or not as easy to find? I'm not saying this can't be found. It's just why not keep it going. So, rather me keep going on about that. I'll just you know Hmm. Hey, hey, surprise, surprise. I know you guys, other growers, are familiar with this. Watch out, take a look. Come on, fingers, work with me. Look at that. No, anybody that's been growing for a while is familiar with this. Here, I'll take this apart. There it goes. Yeah, it's a bell within a bell. So, BD. Now, for anybody in the chat um, that I haven't given seeds to in this would want these seeds from it, let me know and be sure to get a hold of me. Alright? Because this would be a decent strain to keep going. Definitely not a bad strain. What's up, Rose? Alright, guys, give me a second. Be right back. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Alright. Okay, as I was saying, um, you guys are probably really familiar with this, any growers out there. So let's go ahead and Put that out of there. And that goes inside the other pad. There's some odd shaped stuff right there. Some there. Oh, that is tasty. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, another little green growth inside the pepper. But hey, Dave for Happy Pepper, did you get the what I sent you? I kind of forgot if you said you did. Sorry. Now, if anybody would like to grow these seeds of the Big Dipper, let me know. I know there's a few people I already sent the seeds to, but yeah, yeah. Smell like smell like some candy up here. Oh well, whatever. Um, all right, Rob. Well, that's probably either delayed or something like that. I hope not. Because that'd be bogus and worry me. Oh, hey, Doug, which ones you playing? Alright, let's see. Um, no way. Alright. Yeah, I'll work with that. Oh, okay, Doug, that'll be cool to see what, how that turns out. Hmm. This little plant's, trying to bud already. This was a little scraggly looking ghost pepper plant that, had a rough start, but it actually tried. Uh, might have to cut back a little bit on the nutrients, but no, not just a little. This little guy is trying to bud a little bit, but this one's having a tough time. Um, can't really see it too well. The camera isn't going to focus at this point. But yeah, so but alright, get this up here. Alright, let me see this guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably just to ease them up a little bit so they're not growing too fast. I'm going to ease them up a little bit on nutrient solution because I don't want them to get a little too far ahead because I still got a while yet. Because technically it is February. I got a couple months to go. And yeah, this little guy is a reaper. I mean, I kind of trim some leaves off to kind of keep them a certain way. But if I do that, do the nutrient solution in a certain way or manner, that should be awesome. And then the aspect of, I'm pretty sure a lot of these plants I can keep in these contain in what I have them in for quite a while. Even if they may appear to stay a certain way, if I feed them and nurse them for right, they should, or hopefully should, just jump right up when the season comes. So, yeah. And if I get that light, I can do this properly. Yeah, yeah, I can do this right. People, I'm just, get this to go in the mind here. That's what I will do. Um, there's a couple of types of plants that I'm going to do in a certain method that'd be pretty awesome. Yeah. A couple of them I know will do well. Yes, now. Yes. Yes. Right. Um, mm, yeah. Let me see here. Um, so I'm looking forward to how those CDs will turn out with you. Alright, I heard your hydroponic. Have a good night, man. Um, but, yeah. So, um, don't, sorry guys, I was just watering plant food here. Just want to be sure it hasn't had enough amount of moisture going on. But, um, I did receive something from Dave or Happy Pepper, and I was thinking about doing it tonight, but or doing a little test, but I'll probably do a video at another point. Um, just haven't decided about that right now. Um, so, sure something will come about. Uh, let's see. I'll figure out something. I always do. So, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my plants again. I always like to keep an eye on my plants. Um, alright. I want to say thank you again, Dave slash Happy Pepper, for sending me what you sent me. Um, I've tried the spice for the powder. It's rather nice, and you can smoke smell and flavor really comes out, and it went well with the sandwich I put it on. But um, I didn't get enough food on there to gauge the flavor as effectively as I'd like. Um, but I will do that soon. So, but it is rather it went rather well with the sandwich. Right, everybody. Let's see. Um, hey, Blubber, be sure to message me on Hangouts or something like that. Right? Or if you feel it at all that you'd like to. Um, yeah. Alright, I got enough of those little containers, so I can do something with for outside. When that comes. Right. Um, let's see. I'm just trying to think what I can do with some of these other ones. We'll have to get some more pollen off this one. Alright, I know what I'm wanting to do with these plants. Yep. I think I do. I got an idea for what to do with some of the things that are involved. peoples. Let's see. Alright, Doug, if you want to send a message, cool, cool, cool. Let's see. Alright, Hydroponic Gardening Plus. Keep us posted on your grow or whatever it is you're growing. Okay, Doug, I got your message. Hey, Doug, I got your message. Alright, peoples. Yeah. Hmm. Let me think about. Oh, there's a lot to think about over here. Alright. Okay, peoples. Alright, sorry, people. I'm just keep getting distracted by my plants here. Um, Let me see. I'm always thinking of stuff to do with my plants. Alright. Um, Alright. I think I've gonna do what I gotta do for the rest of the night here in a minute. Um, Sorry, people. I just got noise. Um, looking forward to that pod rocketing on here on my hybrid. Across. Look for at least that one pod to rock on there. That was actually making it easy to identify as different. Colors always lighter. But then sprayed. It's not uncommon for them to kind of have different sizes and shapes depending on the plant. Yeah. Well, a lot of these plants aren't don't got nothing too major going on with them, but now one of the better ones is this one here. Got in this little container. And then, yeah. This about got pot on it right here. Slew across, and it's actually turned out a lot more different than I was expecting. Yeah, well, give it time. No, I'm sure yours will get there. I know it's hard, but key patience is key. I know nowadays patience is in short supply. I know what happens that with me as well. But yeah, so but um, hey, wonder who that is. Yeah. No, it's Blumberg. All right. All right, people. Um, yeah, we're out of space here. Yeah, don't touch the plant. Yeah, party foul. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and what we'll do right now. Um, Wish I would have got started sooner on the stream, but there's a couple things that we'll have to do around here, and we'll have to call it night, and a couple things I have in mind about what we're doing, what's going on. So, um, just have to chat you on a little while. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm thinking and visualizing what I'm going to do. Yeah, so, well, let everybody know that's either watching the video currently or however you're viewing this video. Thank you for watching, and thank you for carrying out being in the chat and live stream. Very much appreciated. And yeah, thanks for joining me. And and yeah, so all right. I look forward to hearing any of you guys' input about where your gardens maybe showed up this year and everything. And so, um, yeah, change growth stories, whatever it is, stuff like that. Uh, I'll talk to you guys soon, but we'll call it a night and talk to y'all in the next video. Really do appreciate y'all being in, joining me on the stream tonight. And thanks again, everybody. All right. And yeah, um, and all right, guys, thumbs up to everybody. Right. All right, we'll be looking to see y'all in the next video. Thanks again. Till next time. Check y'all later. Peace out. Remember, keep it spicy, alright? Check y'all around. Uh-oh. Alright. Good night, everybody. Schaller, Rev, Doug, Rob. um, happy Cover Day for Lisa, Barnyard Chicken, PD, Hydroponic Gardening, and yeah, Charles, and Rocky, and even Herman Hydroponics. But, alright, everybody. Thanks again. And until next time. Peace. And remember that hashtag. Keep it spicy, alright?